This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
So, cake or pie, Chicago-style pizza or New York-style pizza? Today, we are going to talk about different food choices, what we prefer, and why on today's episode of INC Radio, South Central States. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. I'm so excited. You know, we may be a little low tech today only because I don't have my tech team with me, but I do have high-tech guests today. So I want to go ahead and introduce my guests for today. Let's start off with one actually in Texas today. Please introduce yourself.
Is that me?
That's you. You're the only one in Texas today.
I was like, oh. Hi, I'm Victoria. I'm from McKinney here in Texas. Small little town, but love it here.
Well, welcome. And then, because I'm in Montana today, that's why I'm not in Texas. That's why I said whoever's in Texas.
I was a little confused there for a second. I was like, wait.
So now we have someone in a whole nother state too joining us today. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Anne, and I'm Clovis, New Mexico, land of enchantment and tumbleweeds and dust.
So thank you so much for joining us today. And those of you in our viewing in our live chat, please go ahead. We're going to have different options. Put in there your chat, what you prefer, and we'll be reading some of the comments. So let's just start out with the first one, right? What it said in our promo. Cake or pie? What do you prefer, cake or pie?
Calamay, rice cake.
Okay, that wasn't an option, but I guess you can make it a cake. But calamay is good. Can you tell us what is calamay? Because some people might not know what that is.
Yes, it's rice, sweet rice. We normally use sweet rice. We boil it first, and then you can put coconut milk in. You can put any flavor you want. A lot of people put like taro. Some of them put like brown beans, any flavor you want, you put it in there. Like the pandan, it's like our version of vanilla flavor, and everything is good.
What about you, Victoria? What's your option?
I love both. Okay, but if I had to choose, I actually would rather prefer pie because I'm a crust girly. I love the crusts on apple pie, cherry pie, whatever pie. I'm a crust girly. That's my favorite part of the pie.
See, you know what's funny? Because I prefer cake over pie, but I do like pie, but I don't eat the crust. I mean, like I'll do the top crust and then the filling, but the bottom crust, I don't know. For me, that's just too much. And then the crust that goes along the edge, yeah, I don't even eat that part.
Well, we complete each other. So you can have my filling, I'll eat the crust.
I just eat like the fruits on it, or the filling on it. I'm not a big fan of the crust either.
Okay, so when we all get together, we'll just give her all the crust.
More crust for me. Slap some ice cream on there and I'm good. I'm set for the day.
Hey, if you want a low-calorie pie, don't eat the crust. Just eat the fruit.
If I'm going for a pie, there's no low-calorie option. I'm going all in for that pie.
Exactly.
Right.
You know the only crust that I do like on pie, I don't know if you guys ever been to the Philippines where they have the McDonald's pie where it's still fried instead of baked. See, that's good crust right there.
That is. I will say that is the pie that I will go to the most when I'm craving something. Will be that fried crust when I'm feeling not so healthy.
Yeah. Actually, the pies in the Philippines, they have a really good crust. Have you tried their buko pie? I don't know
Yes.
how they do it, but the crust is so thin, and then the bottom is kind of like crunchy, but then and on the top it's not doughy, and
Mhm.
it gives like a beautiful flavor that comes with the coconut.
Yeah, it's more flaky.
Yes.
It is good. Now, we do have people in our chats. They're saying, of course, pie or cake, but someone's saying cheesecake. Is cheesecake really a cake? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
It's a pie for me.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I like to bake. So when I hear cake, that's something that, you have either, one or more layers on there. There's frosting, there's toppings, or there's fillings. I don't know with cheesecake, I know that some versions can be baked, but it's not always. So then I can't really put cheesecake with cake.
I don't, yeah. I cannot say cheesecake is cake either. I think that's a whole nother dessert. I don't
Yeah.
think it goes a pie, and I don't think it goes with a cake.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's go to our next one. So we're at pies now. Let's say we're at pies. Do you prefer apple pie or pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin
It's
pie.
a so hard question.
I know. I mean,
Really?
I will eat both of them, but I prefer pumpkin pie.
Okay, but do you have whipped cream with that pumpkin pie?
Yeah, and put ice cream too.
Yeah, yeah.
And a
Victoria,
caramel.
why is it so hard?
Okay, because it depends on the seasons. Because I will eat pumpkin pie during, like the time where, pumpkin spice comes around. And I actually grew up not liking it. I used to not enjoy pumpkin pie, and then I grew up. Hit my 20s and was like, this is the best thing ever. But all year round, special occasions, it's always apple pie that we'll go to. So if I have to answer this, it would be apple pie. Again, you slap ice cream on there on the crust, and then I'm set. That's game.
So we do have people saying, like, I have Tony who's logging in from the Midwest, northern Midwest area. She chooses apple pie. Leah Hill also said apple pie. Brother Christian Agron said apple pie warm with ice cream. Yes, it has to be warm, right?
Vanilla ice cream.
That's true. It has to be
Really
vanilla.
good.
It can't be any
Yeah.
other flavor. See, with pumpkin, it's okay if it's warm, or if it's not warm, it's still pretty good. But I think
Yeah.
with apple pie, you really have to have it warm. Now, someone did throw in here, George Eastling, chocolate cream pie.
I have never actually tried chocolate cream pie.
Oh no, you have to have it. It is so good.
I have not. I
And
might have
then
to give it a try.
do it. And then in Hawaii, they actually have its chocolate cream pie mixed with coconut. That is so delicious. You guys have to try that. It's so good.
I need to.
That does sound really good.
Yeah.
What's weird? I love chocolate, but when I tried, maybe I did try the good one. When you put it in a pie, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know
Mm.
why.
And I think it depends also on the chocolate that they used,
Yeah.
and whether or not it's runny, or if it's kind of more on the solid thing. And yeah, I think it just really makes a big difference. Ooh, Pauline said mango peach pie.
Oh, okay. Now, if you ask me apple pie or mango peach pie, I'm picking mango peach pie.
But you know what? I can't do the mango peach pie like as a whole pie, but the ones that they have like at Jollibee,
Jollibee.
that I could do. You know what? That's the only thing I eat at Jollibee. I don't eat Jollibee. I will only go there for the mango peach pie.
That's valid.
I don't go for the burgers or whatever else stuff that they have there.
You know what's funny? I grew up in the Philippines. I mean, I never really heard about pie, not until Jollibee introduced them.
Oh, wow.
The only pie that I know is buko pie. And then when Jollibee introduced those pies, like everyone comes with all different flavor and all different style of pie. I don't know where I'm from. Maybe we don't do that, but yeah.
I think because it's an American thing. Americans, they have pie, like that's their dessert. Now, Regine did say banana cream pie. I've never had banana cream pie. Have either of you had banana cream pie?
I did once. I'm not a big fan of it.
Not a big fan.
No.
Victoria, have you tried it?
Me either. I probably may have only tasted it once in my lifetime, and I don't think I ever went back. I don't think it's the best. Like, it might have been the place I tried it from. It was a little artificial, so maybe I have to give it a try again to see if I will enjoy it. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. See, like,
Banana pudding is good though.
me, I've never had banana pudding either. Like, I like fresh bananas, but the thing is, I don't like my bananas ripe. So that's why I don't know if I would like because usually they'll use the ripe stuff when they do the puddings or the cream pies.
Yeah.
Right? I like it where it's still not ripe yet. If it's ripe, then I don't eat a banana.
I do like banana pudding though. I do agree. I love banana pudding.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that yet. All right, let's go to breakfast. Croissant or bagels?
That's another hard question.
Are we gonna throw an easy one out there for you, Victoria?
I don't think so. I just love food. Sorry. I just love food in general.
Well, let me ask you, do you consider yourself a foodie?
Yes, but not in like maybe like a way because I feel like I don't get to travel as often as much as I'd like to try different foods. But if you call me a foodie because I love eating the food, yeah, sure. I would consider myself a foodie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, I like food, but I don't consider myself a foodie. Like I like food and I like to eat, but I'm not like the adventurous type that's gonna try different things. Because that's what I think a foodie is, where they'll go different places and try different things. I don't go to places for food unless I'm going to Italy or Spain. Okay. For the most part, I go places because I like places, but not really for food. So I like to eat food, but I'm not a foodie. And do you consider yourself a foodie?
I'm 100% a foodie. Like, so if you draw blood on me, all the food will come out, not blood. That's how much I love food. Everything. I'm willing to try everything, and I'm not scared to try. I mean, really, all you have to do is if you put it in your mouth and it like the taste, then you can spit it out.
Yeah.
Don't be scared trying it. It's delicious.
Okay, maybe I'll think about that. Okay, so back to bagels or croissants. I prefer croissants because I like the lightness of it, and I like it when it's filled with like Nutella or chocolate and stuff like that. But if I had to like put my own filling on something, then I would do bagels, of course, with cream cheese. What about you, Anne? Bagels or croissants?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I like croissants, but if you put too much in there, like cheese, ham and cheese in there, I love the flavor. But other than that, like if you put eggs and bacon, then I will start feeling sick after I eat it. I think it's the grease because the croissants itself has a lot of,
Butter.
in it
Yeah.
already. So if I would like to put some filling on it, I'll probably go with bagels. But the flavor, I love the croissants.
Yeah. And what's funny is I didn't really know how they make croissants, and then I was watching a cooking show and I watched them and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is just straight butter. Like it's so much butter in there. No wonder it's so, it's greasy when you touch it.
Yes.
Victoria, what's your choice?
Good question. Let me answer that. I will say depending on my mood, but I will say 90% of the time I will probably reach for a bagel, with cream cheese. I do like with smoked salmon on top, red onions, some capers on there together. That's really good. I enjoy it. But if I'm craving something sweet, I would go for a croissant because I like it when they top things with like strawberries or like there's this one place that has like a chocolate pistachio like mix inside of it, and it has that crunch factor, and I love the added crunch to it, so that's good. But I think I would always choose bagels for
but you're like bougie with your bagel. I just do cream cheese with my bagel.
It's just gotta be a good bagel. I mean, of course, if there's just days I'm on the run, it's just cream cheese and the everything bagel. But other than that, yeah, if I treat myself once in a while, I'll slap some smoked salmon on top.
Brother Renz did say croissant is good when you dip it in hot cocoa. Oh, that is so true. Right? Hot chocolate. Because I know with Filipinos, they do their little pandesal with their coffee. But for me, I like to dip things in hot chocolate also.
Oh, yeah.
I need to try that. I didn't try that yet. Now you just gave me an idea.
Have you guys ever tried, because Eli, he's done croissant with honey and butter. Have you guys just done croissant with honey and butter?
peanut butter and honey and croissants. I tried that and it was really good. You know,
Oh,
this a little bit saltiness in the croissant and then the sweetness on the honey and then the crunchiness of the peanut butter because I put the crunchy peanut butter.
yeah.
It's
I've
good.
never tried that one. And then I've had croissants with jam because that's what Victor put, croissants with jam. So I've had that. But yeah. All right. Let's go to our next one. Buffalo wings or barbecue ribs?
Barbecue ribs, 100%.
Why ribs?
They're easy to cook. You know, well, number one, I want to let you know I'm the one who cooks. So,
Uh-huh.
like, all I have to do is to throw it in the grill and then wait for it. Sometimes I cook them too in the oven whenever it's like snowing in here. We got winter storm. I just put them in the oven. And they're so easy to make. Plus, the ribs already have its natural flavor on it.
Okay.
So you don't have to put a lot of stuff in there. So it's easy to make and it's so flavorful. You
Yeah.
know?
What about you, Victoria?
I love both. Another hard question. Actually, though, I would prefer buffalo wings. I like the spice and I love chicken. Honestly, I could just go for and honestly reach for buffalo wings any day. I do also like ribs because Anna's right. It's easy to cook. It's got good flavor. It's very versatile. It's a very forgiving cut of meat, but I don't know. There's just something about chicken that you just can't go wrong with.
You know, you can have a side of buffalo sauce with your barbecue ribs. Have you tried that? The flavor, it's like, the flavor of the buffalo and the barbecue sauce on it.
I
The
have,
combination of it.
but I'll definitely give that a try. I'll
Yeah.
definitely give it a try.
I'm a ribs person also. But Anne, have you ever tried cooking ribs in the Instapot?
Yes, I actually tried Instapot, and I know my coworker got mad at me one time when I told him I made some ribs. I put it in a crock pot. He never heard about. He's watching right now, Dan. He never heard about someone cooking barbecue ribs in a crock pot, and he was so angry about it. I said, "Yeah, you need to try it." So I brought him one, and he said, "Well, yeah, these are not so bad at all. They're actually good." He said,
Yeah, because I do the Instapot just because I don't have the patience. Plus, I don't have a grill, first of all. And then I don't have the patience of it for cooking so long. So I put it in the Instapot and do all the rubs and everything like that. And then once it's fully cooked, then I'll put it like on a cookie sheet and then broil it for a little bit just to get the crispiness on the top as if you had grilled it.
Mhm.
So-
Well, how I do it is I put the ribs in the grill first for a few minutes, so kind of like brown a little bit,
Mhm.
probably just 10 minutes. Put it on high. After that, I'll transfer it in the crock pot and put a little bit of barbecue sauce on it, and that's it. By the time I get back from work, everyone is ready for dinner. You know?
Yeah. A lot of people are saying barbecue ribs. I got a few wings here and there, but most of them are ribs. But yeah. Okay, how about this? Chicago style pizza or New York style pizza? Do you guys know the difference between the two?
No, but I will eat them both.
So Chicago is more of the deep dish, so it's got more of the crust and all that stuff. And then the New York is like the really thin crust pizzas. And so I like the thin crust because just, I don't like crust to begin with. So I'll have all the meats, I'll put all the meats, all the cheeses and all that. But I do like the New York style pizza. I think it tastes way better than Chicago.
I love New York pizza too. When I first got here in the US, and that's the first pizza I tried, and I didn't forget about it. After that, I always compare, There's something on the crust that I like. I guess I'm more of when it comes to bread and like that, I'm into like a texture. I'm a texture person when it comes to bread. That's why I'm very particular. I don't know why New York pizza, I can take it, the crust on it. It's really good.
Yeah, and at least I know the crust is cooked. Victoria, you're still, don't tell me this is a hard question, Sheer.
No, this one I can actually answer. While y'all were talking, I was like, I think I know how to answer this. So yes, I know I said I was a crust girly. Okay, so to everyone, but that's with pie. But when it comes to my pizza, I actually prefer the New York style, only because I like the toppings on my pizza. That is what I will go for when it comes to pizza.
Yeah.
So that I will have to say New York style pizza.
And you know, I don't know if they have places here in Texas, but in California, they had a place called Pieology where you can go and you'll pick your crust and everything, and then you put the toppings on the pizza, and you can put like as much as you want. That's a place I like to go to because I would rather have the toppings than the actual crust. But yeah. So what's your favorite type of pizza? I'm an all meat person. I like the different meats on my pizza with pineapple.
Oh, right there. I love pineapple to eat, especially when it's fresh, but I don't like it on my food. I don't like it on my pizza either. Sorry. But yeah, I just like the meaty one. You can put all meat in there, but don't put pineapple. I don't know. I feel like pineapple doesn't belong to a pizza.
It's more of a dessert.
Right?
How about you, Victoria?
I actually like pineapples on my pizza. I just like the sweetness factor it adds to the saltiness. But my favorite pizza topping is actually supreme because I get best of both worlds. You got the meat, I got the veggies. And I grew up not liking that style of pizza. But again, as I grew up, I just was like, this one's pretty good. And so it just became something that I've enjoyed for the rest of my days.
Okay, this is weird. Brother Ren's put in there, I don't eat veggies, but I always order all veggie pizza. That is weird, right? Why would you order veggies if you don't like it?
Because he's getting the veggies, but it's also covered in cheese, sauce, and bread. So, it's in there somewhere. It's good.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Okay, so before we continue on,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
That remind me when my son was 5 years old. He said, "Mama, you told me I need to eat vegetables, so you need to order me some burger because it has vegetable on it." Just for me to buy him the burger instead of the regular meal.
Nah, he just wanted his burger,
Yeah.
and I think that's the way they try to trick us.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so before we continue, we still have our thinking caps. So Anne and Victoria, if you guys want to answer, you guys answer on the chat. Don't say it out loud because we have to let them give their answers. Okay. So don't forget when we do the answers, only put A, B, C, or D. Okay. So here's going to be our first question. Can you guys see the screen? Because I want to make sure everyone else could see it. Do you guys see it? Yes. Okay. So question number 1. Where does German chocolate cake originate from? Did it come from A, Berlin, Germany, B, Munich, Germany, C, Hershey, Pennsylvania, or D, Dallas, Texas? So put it in the live chat, A, B, C, or D. Where does German chocolate cake originate from? A, Berlin, Germany, B, Munich, Germany, C, Hershey, Pennsylvania, and D, Dallas, Texas. So we'll give them a chance to put it in there. Don't give the answers now. We'll give the answers later in case you ladies know, but we'll keep them in suspense for a little bit. So while they're trying to do that, let's see. Grilled cheese or BLT?
Oh, I can answer this one. This one I have a
Then go ahead.
I am a grilled cheese person. I love a good grilled cheese. Not just like, I could do one with just like the regular, singles mac and cheese that you can get from, or cheese from the grocery store. But if you start putting like a 4 cheese, like some Gouda, mozzarella, like the really stringy, melty cheese, slap some butter on the outside in a hot pan. Oh, I'm that girl.
Okay. See,
Grilled cheese for me as well.
really?
Yeah. But it needs to come with a really, really good tomato soup.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, yes.
And I can only eat it with tomato soup, no other soup. I don't know why, but I thought maybe I was just thinking about it. It's just in my head. But I thought the flavor the combination of the flavor.
See, and I agree with you because, like I said, I do like grilled cheese, but it can only go with tomato soup. But between the two, I'm a bacon person, so I have to choose a BLT because I love bacon. But I have to make it a BLTA because I have to add avocado,
Oh.
right? You
Makes
can't
it
have a sandwich without
healthier.
avocado. Do you guys not like avocado in your sandwiches?
But if you asked me that question, if it was a BLTA versus the grilled cheese, then I would have chosen BLTA. there's
Okay, I would put bacon on my grilled cheese.
In your grilled cheese?
If you're adding avocado on your grilled cheese, then I will add bacon on mine.
Okay, we're just adding foods to foods. All right. What about I don't have my glasses on. We already did cake or pie. Cheese fondue or chocolate fondue?
Chocolate for me.
I'm a chocolate fondue. I would
Me
choose
too.
fondue.
Me too. Just because I like sweets better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So that one was so easy to answer for all of us.
I mean, because like I've tried a cheese fondue, but there's only certain things you can dip in cheese.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But like in chocolates, you could dip everything. You can dip desserts. You could dip fruits and stuff like that.
Yes.
Have you guys ever had grapes dipped in chocolate?
Yes.
I did. Yeah.
See, that's good. Have you guys had oranges dipped in chocolate?
Yes.
Yes.
See, that's good too. And then, of course, your strawberries and your apples and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of the weirdest thing I've dipped in chocolate. I can't think of anything.
I've done potato chips. I don't know if that's weird.
Oh, yes. Pringles dipped in chocolate. Yes.
I like the sweet and salty.
Yes. Yes.
I'll just go with my pretzel sticks and chocolate. That will do.
Yeah. Pretzels. Yeah. We could do pretzels.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's, somebody did say cheese fondue, but mostly everyone said chocolate fondue. Chocolate fondue. Ooh, avocado with cold cereal. Has anybody had avocado with cold cereal? Kathy put that in our chat.
I have not.
I wonder if she like chops it up or if it's mashed like it is in guacamole.
You know what? It's just like, have you had that avocado that they do in the Philippines where you
Nice.
Yes, with the milk
Yeah.
and sugar.
It's like pretty much like that, and then you add cereal on it. I wonder if that's how she do it, or she chop it really fine or mash it.
Kathy, you got to put in the chat. What do you do with that avocado with your cold cereal? Because I'm curious now. Because that's what we used to do when we used to have a lot of avocados and it would get ripe. My mom would cut it up and then you would put it with the milk and the sugar, and that was just good. And then I throw it in the blender because I would rather have it as a shake than like that, right?
That's exactly what I was talking about. And I was telling my coworker, the same coworker, I said, you know what? In the Philippines, avocado, it's fruits. And over here, it's a vegetables. And since then, it's a joke. He will imitate my accent and said, "Oh, avocado is fruit."
Avocado is good though.
It is. It's nutritious too.
It is. I just want to know how she does that because it's chopped up with milk and then add the cold cereal. So I guess it is.
Okay.
And I guess if your cereal is already sweet, then that kind of makes your milk sweet too, right?
Mm.
All right. Here's our next one. Shrimp or crawfish?
Crawfish. And shrimp.
Okay. Why crawfish?
Well, I only feel like with like a shellfish, a true like hard shellfish, I feel like it retains its flavor a lot better with whatever you're cooking in it, whether it be butter or Cajun boil seasoning. I just feel like it retains it, and when you cook it, all those juices get entrapped like inside of it. And so once you take it apart and you take the meat, it's just really good and delicious. I enjoy crawfish.
What about you, Anne?
That's a hard question. I love both. I mean, I love the flavor both fish and crawfish, but I don't know why I'm having a hard time peeling off crawfish. So shrimp is a lot easier and faster to eat. So I can eat more with shrimp. I'll probably just go with shrimp then, so I can eat more.
That's my reasoning. That's why I like shrimp. Shrimp is easier to peel, and if you have like the tiger shrimps, right? it is much bigger than the crawfish. I think like I see people peeling the crawfish, they're it's so hard. And then all of a sudden it's like they hardly have anything to eat.
That's so true. Okay, I understand. You guys have good standpoints there. But I don't know. There's just something about the flavor that is on the inside because it's not only just like that small part of the tail that you can have, but there's like the juices that you can get out of it. I don't know. You can dip that on your rice. I don't know. There's just also that factor that I enjoyed about crawfish.
It's so hard to peel that after you
It
eat
is.
crawfish.
It is.
You already used all the calories that you ate from the crawfish. by
Well,
just by
exactly. So then I
it
can eat
off.
more. I can eat more after burning all those calories.
Well, I do want to make a trip out to Louisiana because I have never tried crawfish. Because like I said, it already looks like it's already a lot to peel. So I'm just gonna stick with shrimp. But I do want to try it if it is that good. But how do you like yours prepared, Victoria?
Well, definitely in like a seafood boil. I definitely like the spice, with like the Old Bay seasoning, that garlic, the citrus. It's just got that good kick to it. And then again, you give me a bowl of rice, I'm set. You don't have to talk to me for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I gotta try that. All right, next one. Egg rolls or spring rolls? What is this difficult again, Victoria?
Okay, the last few, those were easy to answer. I actually like spring rolls. I like the rice paper versus the fried version, just because it's like another something fresh that I could eat because you can put whatever you want. Like I've seen like lettuce, shrimp, and then like vermicelli noodles in there.
Mhm.
That's one of my favorite go-tos, and especially with like a peanut sauce. That's one of my favorites.
Okay.
I got a question. Is lumpia different than egg rolls? Isn't it egg rolls has more vegetables on it than lumpia?
No, we just say egg roll because not everybody knows what lumpia is. So egg roll is more of your fried stuff. Spring roll is more of your fresh stuff,
Yeah.
Because, if you tell people egg rolls, like if you say, they look at and they know that's lumpia. You know what I mean? So that's what so egg roll, yeah, I think egg roll is just whatever's fried. And then your spring roll is the one, like she said, in rice paper.
It's easy to make spring roll. I'll go with spring roll.
Yeah. See, I tried making spring rolls, but I think I'm too rough on the rice paper because it keeps ripping.
Don't soak it too long. That's the
Yes,
secret. When you
I
take it
figured
out,
that.
Yeah.
See, but it's because I've loved lumpia since I was a kid, especially vegetable lumpia. I could have vegetable lumpia every single day. And I would never try the spring roll. But then, as I got older, my sister's like, you got to try it. You're missing out. And I'm like, no, I'm not. But then I did try it, the one that has the mint in there, the noodles, and the shrimp with the peanut sauce that you were talking about, Victoria. It is so good.
It is. It's very refreshing. It's very
Yes. So like on a summer day, if I want to roll and I don't want to cook lumpia because I don't want to be over a hot stove, then I'll do the spring rolls.
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it's lumpia, it has to be vegetable lumpia, not the small little ones. Yeah. I'd like
Try my lumpia. They're number one. I'm well known with those lumpia.
Oh, well then, girl, you're going to have to bring some over here and then we'll try it. We will try anything anybody cooks. You just got to bring it over.
Yeah, you need to come visit us sometimes.
So they said sweet banana inside. Turon. Do you guys like turon?
Yes.
I absolutely adore turon. It's one of my favorite desserts.
But here's the thing. Do you like turon with just the banana wrapped in the wrapper or with langka?
I
Jackfruit?
have the jackfruit inside of it.
Yeah.
I can go both ways.
Yeah.
But
And you can also put ice cream on that.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eat it with ice cream, not wrap it with ice,
Yeah.
like put it on the side. It's
Mhm.
like eating the banana split, something like that.
Yeah. See, I like turon and I do like it with the jackfruit, but there's so many people who don't like the jackfruit and I don't know why. It's such a sweet fruit, right?
I can actually eat jackfruit on its own. Like, I really enjoy jackfruit. So adding that, sweet, juicy fruit with like that rich, creamy, banana on the inside wrapped in a fried wrapper. It's so good. It just makes a big difference adding the jackfruit.
I think the flavor is too strong, the smell of it. So when you put it in there in your mouth, like it takes over everything.
Yeah.
All other flavors. Yeah, it's too strong for me.
Okay, let me know if you heard of this. Brother Oliver says, I like dynamite rolls. Basically, a jalapeno mozzarella cheese lumpia.
Yes.
That is not a
I
lumpia.
make I make a lot of those because I love spicy food. Yes, it's a good flavor.
See, but that's not lumpia though, right?
I mean, lumpia is like making spaghetti here in the US. Throw everything in there, it still tastes like spaghetti. Throw everything in there, still tastes like lumpia.
Yeah, that's just weird. Okay, what about this? Mashed potatoes or sweet potato fries?
I love sweet potato fries. That
So
one's
do I.
I don't again, it's just like something that, when you cut it up and then you have it fried, to me, I can actually taste the difference between like a regular like golden potato and
Mhm.
there is that sweet factor. And then in some restaurants that I've had them, there when you fry them, there is like caramelized bits and pieces of the sweet potato. Then I dip it in ketchup. It's just really good. Again, it's like that sweet salty combination.
See, for me, if it's a mashed potato, I can't tell the difference of what kind of potato it is. I just know it's mashed. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, I can never tell the difference between the russet potato, the red potatoes, and the yellow. For me, it's just potato. But sweet potato, that you could really tell, and that I do love sweet potato fries. I prefer that over regular fries.
Mhm.
How about, can I just have baked potato instead so I can put my own flavor on it?
Well, that was going to be the next one. It was going to be baked potato or mac and cheese.
That's a hard one too.
So what is it? You said you wanted your baked potato. So is it baked potato or mac and cheese?
Now it broke my heart.
I think for me, it depends on what I'm having. Like when I go to Red Lobster, I do like their baked potato, and so I'll do baked potato with that. But then if I'm having barbecue, I gotta have mac and cheese. But I think that's for me. How about you, Victoria? You look like you're struggling here again.
I've been struggling with almost every single question here today. Mac and cheese. I grew up eating that as like a side to a lot of the dishes, especially since I moved here to Texas. And honestly, there's nothing better than a good Southern style mac and cheese.
Okay,
So
what's a Southern style mac and cheese? Is it not the same as a regular mac and cheese?
I will say the big difference with like a Southern style mac and cheese that I've had here at some places, they use really good like cheeses, and it's very like creamy style. I've had some that like have the crust on top, like they put some breadcrumbs on top and they bake it. So again, you have the soft noodles and the creamy cheese, plus the added crunch factor of the breadcrumbs on top. And I don't know, it just tastes good when you're having a good brisket, a good pork rib, beef rib, pulled pork. It's a good addition to as a side.
I think I gotta try the Southern mac and cheese because I've only had like your regular mac and cheese.
Oh, you do. You got to try it.
So I've got to try that. Okay, before we continue on, let's go with our second thinking cap question so that people can get their points. And so our second thinking cap question is, which of the following is botanically not classified as a berry? Is it E, banana, F, strawberry, G, avocado, or H, cucumber? So which of the following is botanically not classified as a berry? E, banana, F, strawberry, G, avocado, H, cucumber. Okay, so I'm curious as what everyone's going to type in here. This is going to be interesting. So I did get something in the chat from Brother Sean, and he said, pork chops or steak? Pork
Steak.
chops or steak?
Steak.
Steak.
Steak for me too.
Why
Medium rare.
Why steak?
I like it when it's grilled. I guess I like the grilled flavor on it, the charcoal flavor on it.
Okay.
I agree. I definitely think just steak is just something very versatile. I mean, I do enjoy a good pork chop, But I feel like with a steak, you really can't mess up. It's really easy to cook, at least in my opinion, in my experience. But steak is just really good.
Really? I don't know. I think for me, I like the pork chops better because I know people when they do steak, they like to have it either like the rare or the medium rare and things like that. But for me, I like to make sure everything's cooked. And I mean, and like at least in my experience, pork chop is much thinner than steak. And so at least I know it's cooked. And that's why I think I like pork chops better. But
It's
you know,
adding more flavor when it's half cooked.
yeah, that's true. But I think because I grew up on pork chops as opposed to steak, because my parents never did any grilling. You know, they cook the typical Filipino way, so they didn't grill, they didn't do any of that stuff, and so I grew up more on pork chops than I did on steak. I could have a good steak, but I still prefer the pork chops. All right, let's go to our next one. Um, Fruit salad or yogurt parfait? Fruit salad or yogurt parfait? And you can make any kind of fruit salad.
Go with yogurt parfait.
You like the yogurt parfait?
Yes. Yes.
Why?
So I can put any other flavors in there. I can add my chia seeds on it, and I can add any other fruits on it. And
Okay.
I never tried putting chia seeds on fruit salad though.
No, I would
Maybe
not.
I can try
No, cheese is not for dessert.
chia seed.
Oh, chia
Just like-
seed.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I wonder.
Yeah.
What about you, Victoria? What do you prefer?
I am a yogurt parfait person. Again, that's just something I grew up on. Fruit salad was something I don't have often. So again, like a good vanilla yogurt with some granola, fresh fruits like berries, most
Mhm.
especially. I enjoy that. But I have had also and chia seeds on my yogurt parfait. And actually, when those chia seeds go into like some type of like liquidy, it gets nice and like plump, and it actually adds another layer of texture. So I enjoy chia seeds in my pudding.
See, for me, I think I'm more because I love fruits. I will have fruits any way you have it, whether you cook a fruit, whether it's raw, whether you mix it with condensed milk. So I like fruits. So I will have to pick fruit salad. Yes. And like the way the Filipinos make it with a condensed milk and all that stuff, I could have that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I put more coconut string on it. The young coconut strings on it. It's really
See,
good.
I don't like the young coconut strings on there. I just like just the regular fruit cocktail. I don't like to add the extras. Now, I do like it when they put the it's like the coconut palm where it's more like a jelly, I think, instead of the strings.
Yeah, the nata de coco.
Yes,
And
yes.
the other one, kaong. I
Yeah,
think it's-
see that I'm okay with, but I don't
Yeah.
like the coconut string.
Have you
I don't
tried
know.
the buko pandan? It's
Um,
like the coconut string and just a jelly. A jelly.
No, I've seen it and I know people eat it all the time, but I've never had buko pandan.
You don't like the flavor of
Well, no, it's not that I don't like it. I've never tried it, and I think is because it's
Okay.
green. Because purple I'll try because it's ube, right? Purple, it's gonna be good, but because it's green, sometimes I wonder, is that something I want to try? But you know what? The next time somebody makes it, I think I will try it because everyone says it's good. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, this is a good one. Next one: Korean barbecue or Japanese hibachi.
Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I like the flavors and the choices when it comes to the Korean barbecue. I mean, I know the style is similar. There's a grill in front of you, but I just like the Korean cuisine flavors a lot better.
Okay.
Like side dishes, like the kimchi and they have like pickled vegetables and whatnot. I enjoy that a lot.
Okay.
I feel like it has more flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of Japanese, except the what do you call that, ramen?
Mm-hmm.
Except the ramen, but a lot of Japanese food, they have like a little bit of bland flavor to me, at least. And the Korean, it has more spices. That's
See,
how I taste it.
I do like Korean barbecue. I really do. But I think what I like more than the Korean barbecue are the sides that they have,
Mm.
right? But the thing is, I can't eat kimchi because that's too spicy for me. But the radish, the pickled radish, that I will. I tell them, like, if you see it empty, just keep bringing it because I'm going to keep asking for that. I don't care about all the other side dishes. I just want my pickled daikon.
I do. I enjoy that too. Wherever I go, or if I have it at home, I'm like, I have to have a pickled radish or pickled daikon. Otherwise, I will not enjoy my Korean barbecue.
Yeah. And I
I
had to learn
love
how to make it. Oh, you like kimchi?
I love it so much that I learned how to make it. I
Yeah.
learned how to cook a lot of Korean dishes. That's how much I love Korean food.
And that's the thing. I like that daikon so much. And, I haven't found a good Korean barbecue place in Texas yet. And so I learned to make the pickled daikon and I'll just have that at home since,
Yeah.
I can't, because in California, it's different. There's so many food places that you can go to. Like every corner, you can have different types. And in Texas, I'm still struggling trying to find like the good Asian places. But yeah, so I had to learn how to make that, the daikon, which is really good. But I could have that all day long. Okay, let's go to our third thinking cap question because we're running out of time. So our third thinking cap question is, which of the following is typically in Rocky Road ice cream? Okay, which of the following is typically in Rocky Road ice cream? Is it J, vanilla, fudge, and peanut butter cups? Is it K, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry? L, chocolate, nuts, and marshmallow? Or M, graham crackers, chocolate, and marshmallow? So in a Rocky Road, what are you going to find? Vanilla, fudge, and peanut butter cups. K, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberries. L, chocolate, nuts, and marshmallows. And M, graham crackers, chocolate, and marshmallows. And since we're talking about ice cream, do you guys like smoothies or milkshakes? And remember, with a milkshake, you can mix in ice cream. It's not just chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry. Milkshakes or smoothies.
What is the difference, by the way?
Smoothies is all fruit, right? It's and a lot of it is not dairy based. Sometimes it's more of just the fruits and stuff. Your milkshake is really milk based, where it is milk, and then either they're throwing in ice cream, they'll throw in some other stuff in there, but usually it's with ice cream.
Because I put milk on my strawberry shake.
Oh, do you? Well, then it's a shake. It's not as because smoothie, they normally have to use ice, right, to make it the thicker consistency. With the milkshake, the ice cream is already what makes it thick. So they just use the milk and then the ice cream.
I'll go with a smoothie so I can put like kale on it, to make it a little healthier.
What about you, Victoria?
I would probably go with a smoothie. I crave smoothies. I will say all the time. I definitely like mine with like strawberries, banana, and I will say I do love to add kale, like what Anne said, to make it a little healthier. And what I like about it is that you could use a lot of milk alternatives. I'm lactose intolerant, so milk just does not sit with me. So like I'll use like almond milk, and so it's a nice way to get all your nutritious, veggies and fruits in a fun way.
Yeah.
Is halo considered shake?
I don't know, but somebody put it in their digital dagger, put in halo halo. So halo halo, I think that's more of I don't know. It's not a shake and it's not a smoothie. See, but for me, I like smoothies because, like I said, I like fruits, and I get creative. One time I was doing watermelon just to see what it would be like, and I did watermelon, and instead of using water, I would use lemonade as the base, and made that into a smoothie. That was so good.
That does sound really refreshing.
Yes, especially in the summertime, because in the summertime, I don't like to cook. I don't like to be in the hot kitchen, and so I will use my blender and make a lot of smoothies over milkshakes because I think you have different fruit flavors you can choose.
I agree.
Yeah. See, but halo halo, I don't know because when I do halo halo, I'm very generic. I don't like putting beans and all that stuff in there. You know, I'll do the milk, the sugar, and I'll do the corn, the lanka, and the coconut jelly. That's it. But beans, I cannot put beans in halo halo. I can't.
No,
Why are
that's
you guys laughing?
actually how I like my halo halo too. I'm not a beans gal when it comes.
Yeah.
You can put ice cream on it too, and the leche flan on
Yes,
top.
yes. I'll do all that, but no beans, because beans is not a dessert. Right? And I know they sweeten it and I know they make it taste thing, but for me, beans is not a dessert. So I don't think that should go in halo halo. But I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I just feel like with the beans, and in my experience, they when you bite into it in your halo halo, there's an interesting texture when you put beans into something cold, and so
Mhm.
it turns into like this. For me, it's grainy,
Yeah.
and so I just don't prefer beans sitting in my halo halo.
Yeah. I don't know.
I love
And
it.
do you?
I do. In fact, I was just planning to make some calamari with brown beans on it.
Oh, really? I did not know you could use brown beans.
Yes, you can, and it's
Huh.
really good flavor on
Okay,
it too.
you know, you need to come over with all this stuff that you're making because, like, I love cooking things, but the one thing I cannot do is like the Filipino desserts. I think
Uh,
the only thing I can make is what do you call it? That's all I can make. But like
that's
the
hard to
rice
make.
cakes, I want to make rice cakes, but I just don't know how.
Just put it in the oven. It's a lot easier. That's called cheating. Instead of like mixing it the whole day, just put
Oh,
it in
see,
the oven.
I gotta figure out how to do that. Okay, next one. Mozzarella sticks or jalapeno poppers?
Jalapeno poppers.
Yeah? Why jalapeno poppers?
I love the flavor of the cream cheese and bacon together, and then the flavor of the pepper on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about you, Victoria?
I actually enjoy mozzarella sticks. I grew up on those.
Mhm.
And again, I love cheese. As much as it doesn't agree with me, I love cheese. And I could actually eat mozzarella sticks. I've done it with ketchup. I've done it
Uh-huh.
with marinara sauce. I've done it with ranch. Like I could dip mozzarella sticks any day.
See, I can only do mozzarella stick with ranch. I'm no with marinara sauce. That's it. I cannot do it with anything else. I don't think it tastes good with anything else. See, for me, I do like the jalapeno poppers, but I have to make sure the jalapeno's not too spicy because my mouth burns when it's too spicy. So it has to be like the mild jalapenos, you know?
Like
That's how they make it good. It's really good when it's the jalapeno is really spicy.
Yes, and I like spicy food. My mouth just can't take it. It literally burns
Yeah,
all
they
the
are
time.
spicy.
Yeah. So with the jalapeno poppers, that's why I dip it in ranch to kind of mild out the heat from the jalapenos a little bit. But I like to dip that in ranch.
Nice.
Yeah. But even like with the jalapeno poppers, I think my favorite ones are the ones that they have at Jack in the Box.
those are good.
Those are good, actually.
Those
They
are
are
Yeah. Because I tried the ones you get at the grocery store. I'm like, it's not that good. But the ones at Jack in the Box, they're pretty good.
Mm.
You know, and I know they don't make it there. I know they buy somewhere else and they just cook it for you, but I haven't found it yet.
You can buy them at the store. All you have to do is to put them in the oven, like the one if
Mhm.
you go to the marketplace or everywhere, they're already prepped for you. They just
Mhm.
put it in the oven.
Yeah. So I gotta try that. All right. So before we end, we do want to give people the answers to the thinking caps so that they can try to see if they got it correct. Okay. And so let's go with our first thinking cap. Where does German chocolate cake come from? Do you guys know where it actually comes from? Either one of you? Victoria?
I feel like this is a trick question, but I'm gonna keep my answer to myself because I think I'm wrong.
You guys know it actually started in Dallas.
What?
Yes, German chocolate cake came from Dallas and not Germany.
Yeah, I think I knew it was a trick question.
I was really surprised with that one. Okay, and so it is D for Dallas. Okay, our next question: which of the following is botanically not classified as a berry? What do you guys think is not a berry?
Cucumber?
Cucumber,
It's avocado.
avocado. You know what is not botanically a berry? Strawberry.
What? That's
Yeah, yeah. Nate had fun with this question. So yeah, strawberry technically is not, botanically it's not a berry. It is classified as a berry, but botanically it's not a berry. So I'm
Interesting.
sorry. No, no, it's not strawberries. Okay. And then the last one. Which of the following is typically in Rocky Road ice cream? Do you guys know this one?
Oh, I know this. It's
What
L.
is this one?
It's gotta be L.
Yes, it is L, chocolate nuts and marshmallow. Rocky Road was my favorite ice cream growing up, so I knew what was in Rocky Road. But yeah, so hopefully you guys got that right. And I don't have the leaderboard for today because, like I said, we're kind of low tech here today. And so we'll bring the leaderboard up next week so you guys can see who's in the lead. But before we go, we hope you guys enjoyed our conversations of our different food topics. I'm so hungry now, you not even know my stomach is grumbling just because we keep talking about food. But before we go, Victoria, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I do. I would first like to start off by shouting out my parents. Hi, Mom and Dad. I hope you're watching. And then, of course, all my family and friends from different parts of the world who I've also, sent the link out to come and watch and support not only me, but, the INC radio program. So shout out to all y'all.
How about you, Anne? Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
My parents are watching and my family in the Philippines are watching. Hello. It's actually my cousin's birthday today. Happy birthday, Lala.
Oh, happy birthday, Lala. I did see someone from the Philippines, so I was wondering if that's who they were related. Okay. Anyone else?
That's it for me.
Well, I want to give my shout out. I'm going to do a lot of shout outs only because, I'm going to read a few of these things. So I do want to give a shout out to my friend Micah, who is in Uganda, Africa. Thank you for tuning in. And we got my friend Flo, who's out in Oregon. Thanks for joining. And Regine, all the way from Orange County. I miss California. So thank you for joining us. And of course, all of our brethren here who's been tuning in. We have folks from Jacksonville, from Odessa, Lubbock, Dallas, Blue Ridge, because I guess they're supporting you, Victoria, Brother Oliver, Wichita. Oh, and then we also have Brother Christian, who used to be here in Texas, all the way from Washington, D.C., has also tuned in. So thank you all for tuning in. And thank you, everyone, for your comments. Some of them were really funny to read, but I don't have my tech people who could actually post it up there like they normally do. So I do apologize. But we do appreciate you always tuning in. Next week, I don't know what our topic is. But next week we will be back here, same time, 11:30 Central Time. And for our folks out in New Mexico, it is 10:30 your time, Mountain Time. Hopefully I'll be back in Texas next week and I get to leave this cold of Montana. But before we end, we always do want to say thank you to our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Taray, our CFO coordinator and SEPSI president, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, and of course, our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. So thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all next week. Have a great day. Thank you, Victoria, for joining. Thank you, Anne. Hopefully you guys will join again some other time because you guys are fun to talk to.
Thank you for having us.
I had fun. Thank you.
See, and you were nervous. See,
I am. I'm very nervous.
But yes, thank you for joining, and we'll see you all next time.
This is INC Radio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth